Self-determination theory. So self-determination theory helps us understand how intrinsic and extrinsic motivators work together. So the intrinsic motivators, that's going to be what you feel inside you. That's when the job is interesting to you, you're passionate about it, and you have an innate, inherent drive to reach that goal. That's an intrinsic motivational state. Extrinsic motivators will be those that are provided by the situation. So bonuses, rewards, higher status, titles, those kind of motivators are extrinsic to you and they sit in the situation. So extrinsic and intrinsic might work together in ways you haven't thought about. So when it comes time for you to design the job or design the situation or think about salary and benefits, it's very important that you're careful about how you design it so that you do not create employees that become cynical. And so self-determination theory helps us with that. So self-determination theory proposes that people have 3 psychological needs that are innate to them, and that people are more intrinsically motivated when those needs are fulfilled. So the needs are relatedness, competence, and autonomy. So when relatedness, competence, and autonomy are fulfilled, people are more intrinsically motivated. And so those are key, those needs are key in driving performance. Thus, we need to be careful when paying people so that we do not diminish their sense of relatedness, competence, and autonomy. So on the next slide here, we will define what those 3 needs are, and we will talk a little bit more about intrinsic versus extrinsic. So autonomy, firstly, refers to the need that people have to feel that they have choice and discretion. People do not like feeling controlled. They do not like feeling that they do not have decision-making authority and freedom. So we want to know that we have choice and discretion in how we execute on our job. That is autonomy. Secondly, we have competence. So we have a need to feel capable and effective. We want to know we are contributing, that we are doing a good job. We want to feel competent. Thirdly, relatedness refers to the need for people to have connection with others around them. We are social beings as humans, so we have a sense of belonging in a basic need. So we want to feel that sense of belonging. So, as we now have defined the 3 psychological needs that are innate to the person, we can also distinguish between what is called autonomous motivation and controlled motivation. And so you might already have figured out what this is all about. So the autonomous motivation, this is motivation that implies that a person is actively acting purely as a result of volition and free choice to act. You know, English is my second language, so occasionally I encounter words that are a little bit difficult for me. So volition and free choice to act. So in terms of work, autonomous motivation implies that an individual engages in an activity because it's interesting, like I said on the prior slide. So intrinsic motivation, thus, is a type of autonomous motivation, right? Autonomous motivation, personal pleasure from achieving a goal, right? You are autonomously motivated to act or to go in a certain direction. Then, on the other hand, you have controlled motivation. This is motivation that implies that a person is acting because they are being pressured, they feel pressured to act. And so when controlled motivation is induced in employees, they feel that they have to engage in certain actions. So extrinsic motivation can vary in the extent to which it is autonomous versus controlled. So it's not that controlled motivation is necessarily extrinsic. If the person is already autonomously motivated, they have a passion for the job, they feel like they can connect with the company, they believe in the company's values. So internal motivation and autonomous motivations are high, then extrinsic rewards can actually enhance that relationship that the person has with the organization. So extrinsic motivation can be autonomous. However, if the person doesn't feel that they are connected or committed to the company, if the person feels that there's a toxic culture in the organization, that their boss doesn't believe or trust them, then providing more extrinsic motivation like bonuses or titles can actually make the person more cynical. So we want to be careful with base salaries versus pay for performance, etc. So some of the insights on this here is to think about how we are designing our reward system so that the employees feel that they want to do the job rather than have to do their job. And that's really key here. Wanting to do the job because it's interesting and challenging, right? Think back to the job characteristics model. That will actually engage employees. When they feel that they have to or they are being forced to do the job, they feel controlled and manipulated, which is not an ideal state to be in. If a reward system is developmental rather than punitive, employees will have more of a positive reaction, right? Anything that contributes to their growth and their learning is better than something that, again, is controlling. So one option could be to reward employees with time off, vacation, time off for doing community service, because this is a reward that benefits the employee and also enhances their sense of autonomy. So with that, we will be wrapping self-determination theory, and that will be it for right now, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.